Alrighty. Just gonna wait for people to join. Alright. I think that we are all good and live now. Hi guys, welcome. Welcome to this $10 live stream. If I could just get y'all to sound off in the comments if the video and audio is all sounding good. I am just cleaning off the front of my journal really quick because it's really dirty. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, that's as clean as we're gonna get it today. I'm just gonna adjust my setup a little bit here. Hi, Barb. So glad that you could make it. Let's see here. How's that look? That looks good. Hi, Heather. Hi, Liz. So glad that you guys could make it to this live stream. So I posted a poll a little earlier today asking what you guys wanted to see, and I'm gonna double check right now, but I'm pretty sure that you guys voted for planning my migration into my new journal. So let me double check to make sure that's correct. Last time I looked, that's what y'all voted for. Hi, Jewel. Hi, Amanda. First time in forever I can be in a live. I'm so excited. Awesome. I'm so glad. Yeah, I didn't have time to do it on my normal Sunday spot just because of the crazy California fires that have been happening over the weekend. I was a little bit too busy just stressing out, wondering if my parents' house was okay. It is. They ended up getting really lucky and everything's okay. They just can't leave home because everything's evacuated. So if they leave, they won't be able to go back. So my parents are just like basically bunkered down at home. All right, yeah, it looks like by a landslide, you guys voted for planning out my migration into my new journal. Hi, Jennifer. Hi. Oh, I always forget. Sometimes if your name isn't your username, I'll forget who you are. Busky 2015. Hi. If you want to let me know what your name is so I actually know who you are, that'd be great. I always lose track of what usernames are what people. Hi, Haley. Hi, Roxy. Hi. Oh, Amanda, you already said hi earlier. I'm glad they're safe. Yeah, me too. It was really stressful on Friday, especially because we just had no idea if the house was okay. Oh, Jolyn, of course. That's what I thought. I was like, it's either Jolyn or Jocelyn. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Sarah. Hi, April. Wow, we got a lot of people in here today. Awesome. This is definitely the most highs I've had in the chat in a while, which is kind of funny because it's a Tuesday, so I thought that today might be a slightly more empty live stream, but that's good to know. Hi, everybody. So we're not going to have any music today because if you don't know, the last live stream that I did, there was like one song in it. Oh, hi, Steph. There's like one song in that live stream that got copyright, like totally copyright blocked. And it took like a week for the video because on YouTube, if a song gets blocked, you can remove that song and it'll basically just like remove the audio from that section. So it took like a week of processing before it said it finally removed the song. And then it ended up removing all of the audio except for that song. So I'm just going to avoid that happening in live streams and just not do music. I might sometimes do some like music that I know is copyright free, but today I didn't really have time to look for music. So doing a musicless live stream. Yeah, so I am going to be planning out my migration into this new journal right here. As you can see, this is my current journal. I have 2 spreads left, and that's it. And then back here are all like my pen test pages. So I am really crunched for space. I think what I've been doing is this week I didn't do a weekly log. So these were my daily logs from last week. This is my weekly log from last week. And then I've just been doing these daily logs to get through this week, and that's what I'm going to do to finish off this month of November. I'm just going to be doing probably the same layout. Maybe I'll mix it up a little bit, but I'm just going to be trying to fit as many daily logs on these 2 spreads as I can to finish off the month of November. I see a bunch of you are saying that you love the color of the journal. Yes, so this is my new journal. It is, okay, I even just tried to clean off this cover, but it gets really dirty, so don't mind that. And let me move these stickers out of here. But yeah, so this is my old journal, which is a Scribbles That Matter Pro notebook. You can see that it is quite girthy. Nice and filled up, and I have been using this journal since July, I want to say. Yes, I've been using this journal since July, and it has served me really well, and I am moving into the exact same type of journal. So here you can see the thickness difference there, and the color difference after I use a journal for 5 months and a new journal. So I'm going to be moving out of this guy into this journal, which is the same exact thing. It is a Scribbles That Matter Pro notebook, and it is in this beautiful navy blue color, which I think is a brand new color that they released. When I saw it, I knew that that had to be my next one. I just love it. So let me bust this guy open now for the first time. I'm just going to take this guy off. Hi, Cody Girl 101. I'm not sure if your name is Cody. If it isn't, if you want to let me know what your name is, that'd be great so I know what to call people. Oh, and hi, Kara. Oh, Kara. Every time I'm going to mess it up. Hi, Max. Finally joining you the first time for a live stream. My name is Heather. Hi, Heather. We got a lot of Heathers in here. I love that moment when you first open a new journal. Yep. It's a good moment. Hi, Vilde. Oh, looks like we got 21 people in here. This is a good live stream. I'm so glad that you guys could make it. All right, so let's just crack this bad boy open for the first time. Oh, looks like we got the pen loop in here. Okay, so it's interesting to see the differences. So with the my older Scribbles That Matter, the pen loop is kind of built in. This one now, it looks like they made it this sort of detachable pen loop. So I guess I'm guessing that the point of that is that you can put it wherever you want if you don't want it up here for some reason. So that's cool. Let's see, does everything else look pretty similar? Yeah, it looks like it's the same doodles on the inside. I think we still probably got the pen test page in the back. Yep. Pen test, and then, hi, Michelle. Kara says she put hers in front. Yeah, and then we got the index, the key, all that good stuff. Looks like it's the same. And let's see, is this the same number of pages? 213. Oh, it looks like they actually squeezed more pages in. 12 more pages. This new one has 213 pages, and my older one is 201 pages. So we got a few more pages in there. It looks like the numbers are a little bit smaller at the bottom of the page. Just small differences. Overall, pretty much the same journal. with a couple little differences. Okay, so what I want to do today is basically plan out all the spreads that I want to create in the migration into this new journal. And I'm also going to stick this pen loop in really quick. I feel like I didn't have an issue with where the pen loop was in this journal. So I might just put it in the same place. So let's do that real quick. And I'm guessing that this is just a sticker that I peel off. Yes. All right, so let's stick that guy in right there. How's that? That works. All right, so there's our pen loop. Yeah, so what was I saying? What I want to do is plan out my migration, figure out what spreads I need to migrate from this journal. For a little bit of reference, here is what I did when I migrated into this journal. I have my year at a glance. Realistically, I'm probably gonna keep a year at a glance. I find this spread useful. You can see I don't use it to write anything down. I just use this if I ever need to basically look ahead to see like what day is what. And I like to give myself a whole year to look at, so that way it extends a bit farther than my future log. So it gives me a chance, you know, if I really need to look quite far ahead, I can do that no problem in the spread. I then have my future log. I'm definitely going to be having a future log. I don't think I'm going to be doing this same format. You can see here I fit 8 months on one spread with these little check boxes. It worked well. I used it. You know, I have things where I'm writing down future events in here. These are all just holidays and birthdays. But I think maybe it would be nice to have a little bit more room for each month, maybe a spot for notes. I would really like to have a spot where I can brainstorm maybe sticker releases and video ideas per month. Because there's some things that I know I'm going to want to do, you know, in December. I know I'm going to be doing, you know, holiday videos, New Year videos, etc. There's some kind of sticker and video ideas that I already have ideas of ahead of time. So I think it'd be cool for each month to kind of have more of like a notes section. Basically just more room to brainstorm and such. After that, I have my Patreon schedule. This was a flop. In my head, I thought that this would be a good spot to solely keep track of Patreon deadlines, things like listing coupon codes, live streams, downloads, all that. But I didn't really end up using it because, you know, realistically, I'm doing most of that planning on my monthly spreads. And I really am not flipping to these pages very much. You know, I only look at my future log basically the day that I'm setting up my monthly spreads to transfer all the dates over. I'm not really flipping back to these pages very often. So I don't want to put anything in like this that would be more seen and of better use in like my monthly spreads. So I'm not going to be doing this again. Let me move this guy out of the way. All right, here we got social trackers. I like having a social tracker. I didn't give myself enough room for YouTube, and I gave myself way too much room for Instagram. I'm probably going to be doing something like this just to keep track of my social media growth throughout the journal. I really like having this. It's just fun to fill in, and it's useful for me to have the dates written down just so I can see the rate of growth and all that. Then here we got sticker ideas and YouTube ideas. Again, I feel like this would be better replaced by what I was talking about with the future log, having actually a spot under each month to jot down ideas. Because the thing with, you know, ideas like this is that often it does depend on the month. So, you know, I have some things written down here like a sunflower theme, a hummingbird theme. It's like realistically, I'm probably not going to do those until, you know, maybe a warmer month now. So I think it would be nice to have a spot for ideas like this, but in my more future log layout. So we'll see what I come up with there. I really liked this spread. This is my playlist spread, and I have more to put in here too. What I do is when I'm listening to songs on Spotify, if I hear anything that I particularly like, I have a playlist on Spotify that I put in, that I put the songs in, and then every so often I'll come and transfer those over into here. And I just like the idea of the spread because I think it'll be really cool to look back on this later, and you know, I'm talking like in a matter of years, and see the songs I was listening to at that time, and then be able to sort of like go back to this playlist that I have in Spotify and listen to these songs again. You know, with all the new music that comes out in this day and age, I feel like there's so many times where I listen to a song or a band that I really like, and then I kind of, you know, pass over them in listening to all the other new music that happens, and then I forget all about them, even though I really, really enjoy their music. So I'm hoping that looking back on this will kind of give me, you know, if I'm ever bored of my music in the future, I can come look at this spread and be like, oh, here's some music I really liked at this time in my life. So probably going to do something like that. Then I have this monthly review. I also really enjoy this. It gives me a spot to jot down the best memory, something I learned, and the best discoveries of each month. And you can see that I've been keeping up with this for the last 3 months. So I feel like something like this would be really cool. Catherine said like a year-long brain dump. I think you were referring to this when I was talking about moving it over to my future log. Yeah, exactly. I've really been enjoying my monthly brain dumps. They've turned into one of the most useful spreads for me. Like this guy. I love having it categorized. So it'd be really cool if I could have, yeah, basically a brain dump like this, but then for every month. And I think it would be really useful to tie it into my future log, so that way I can have the calendar. You know, I'm thinking maybe a vertical layout for the future log where it's like the calendar at the top, a spot to list a upcoming event, and then maybe like a little brain dump section at the bottom. Not 100% sure, but yeah, something along those lines. And then that's it then. I have this swatch page, I have this empty page, and then I go straight into July. So I think that you know, there was a lot of things about this migration that I liked. I love the theme of it. I'm definitely going to be somehow, you know, theming all of my migration pages, because I think it's really cool having them all looking similar like this. Yeah, I'm going to be ditching this, and I think I just want to like figure out some other things to add to my like initial bullet journal setup that are functional, that help me keep track of things that I know I'm going to have to keep track of year round. Yeah, and I'm hoping that maybe you guys can give me some ideas throughout this live stream as I'm brainstorming this. So I want to create a spread to plan my migration. I only have 2 spreads left in here. So I'm going to save these for daily logs, because if I use one of these for a migration spread, I only have 1 spread left, and then I'm not going to get through the month. So I am going to do that spread in my new journal. All right. I feel like the camera's a little bit crooked. Let me just adjust this a wee bit. All right. Maybe a little farther down. How's that look? That looks good. All right. So where do I want to make this spread? I don't want to do it in the beginning. Maybe I'll do it in the back. I don't know. Let's see here. I usually end up using like 3 or 4 pages back here for pen tests and such, so I might just flip a few pages from the back and do it right here. All right, so I really like making, oh, did I bring up the other pens I needed? Oh yeah, here they are. I really like making a sort of brain dump spread for migrations, just to plan out all the spreads. I'm thinking of having a spot to like just jot down any thoughts that come to my head when it comes to what I want to achieve with this journal. Okay, I just noticed something really cool. Wow, okay, that's awesome. So a small thing I just noticed with this notebook, let me actually detach this so you can see up close. Just a sec. Let go. So I don't know if you can see, but do you see how this is a little cross? That is the center of the page. And then here on the side, there's a little dash to show the center. And then same on this side, there's a little dash to show the center. Oh, and on the bottom, a little dash right there. And a little dash right there. That is so useful. Wow, that's gonna make separating or creating sections on the journal a lot easier. Just having that center point. Good for scribbles that matter. That's a really, really useful thing they added. Okay, I just noticed that, so I just wanted to show you in case any of you are like considering buying a new notebook or you want to know how I'm enjoying this one. Little differences like that I really appreciate. All right, so let's make a header at the top here. What color do we want to make this spread? Maybe pink. I never really make pink spreads. Maybe like pink and purple. Maybe. There's a reason I never make pink spreads, and it's because it's not really my favorite color. Okay, I'll do purple for the header. Do you feel that the 50 pack of super tips has enough color variety? Definitely. I've been wanting to buy the 100 pack for a while, but I've never quite committed to that decision because I feel like I have a lot of color variety in this. Not to say that I'm sure I would get a lot of use out of even more color variety because I do like having a lot of options. But yeah, it does have a really good color variety, and I think that I've heard from some people that they think that the 100 pack is even a little bit redundant, a little bit unnecessary. Like some colors are so similar that for some of them it doesn't really make sense that it's even a new color, but I've heard other people say that while that is the case for some of the shades, in general, it is worth it. But I think the 50 is, like the 50 I've had ever since I started bullet journaling. I owned the set, like before I ever started doing any of this, just because, you know, it's like one of those Crayola marker sets that you somehow end up acquiring throughout the years, and then you just own it and you don't really know why. That's how I got that. So it has been serving me well. Writing in the super tips is so hard for me. I've gotten better at using my Tombows, but I can't get the form down with the super tips. That's funny because I feel like now the super tips are like my favorite. Like I have a much harder time with the Tombows than with the super tips. It's just practice though. It's very different because it's not a brush tip, you know, it's that chisel tip. So it's not even all about pressure control. It's like you actually have to change what location on the marker's tip you're using. I'm gonna show you guys. Luna has come. Oh, all you can see is her fluffy butt. you are. Can you hear her purrs? Oh. She likes the pets. Get that eye goo out. All right. I always like to show Luna when she comes and joins. Will you do a calligraphy tutorial with the super tips for us sometimes? Maybe. I haven't ever done a calligraphy tutorial like at all. So the idea of that just kind of sounds terrifying to me. Like, I'm not sure how good I would be at explaining it, but I'm sure eventually it will happen. All right, let's continue with this. Let's see. There are quite a few available on YouTube that I often have been referring to as practice. My calligraphy, as a practice, my calligraphy. Just search for calligraphy for beginners, and a lot of people use super tips. Yeah, because that's my other feeling with certain things, like when people request that I do a certain type of tutorial, or people will often ask if I'll ever do like review videos on products. And I'm like, there's so many out there already, you know, especially like product reviews. You know, if I get a new marker or a new set of some sort of stationery, people are like, oh, can you post your review? I'm like, I guarantee you there's like 30 reviews on YouTube already if you go search. And I'm sure that those people are saying probably pretty much the same thing that I would say. So I definitely am planning on doing some sort of calligraphy tutorial video in the future. I just don't know when it will happen. It's not like a priority of mine. Maybe this coming year it will finally happen, because that's been requested a lot. I just don't feel like I'm qualified yet to be able to like teach. But that's probably just also my own insecurities. All right, migrating into a new journal. And let me see, are the pages the same color? Because I feel like these pages seem a little whiter. No. Oh, do you know what they did? Oh, they've made some really good changes to this. The dots are a lot lighter in the new one, which is nice because I don't know if you have a Scribbles That Matter, the dots in the one I had before are pretty dark. And here's a little comparison. I don't know how well that's coming across, but the new dots are a much lighter gray, and I think they're also like maybe a little bit smaller. And the old one, it's like more of a dark gray. There was one I found that compared actual cursive versus calligraphy, and she had a lot of different practice steps and whatnot. Kara, if maybe you can post the link to the videos you're talking about in the Facebook group, or maybe after this I'll create a thread on that Facebook group to post calligraphy tutorials, or if one of you guys just wants to create that thread. All right, yeah, Kara, if you want to just just post like, you know, like make it so that everybody knows that like everybody can post any good calligraphy tutorial links on that same thread. That would be great. Since I know that everybody wants some good calligraphy tutorials. All right. So what's the first thing I want to do? I think I'm going to cut this page in half. It is really nice having the center divider mark. There's like never any more guessing. That's so nice. I feel like they must have also changed how many dots are here, because the old Scribbles That Matter, it was kind of annoying that vertically it was an odd number of dots. So to do the center mark like across the page like this, you had to do it actually in between two dots. But now they're marking it on a dot. So I feel like they must have added a space or taken away a space in order to make that happen. All right, so the first thing I usually like to do is create a spot for spreads that I will definitely be creating in my new journal. I'm just looking to see if there's any sort of noticeable paper quality difference. It looks pretty much the same. Oh, so it's 38 dots long. Before it was 37 dots, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I'm glad that they're not doing that anymore. All right, so this is gonna say definitely. I know I'm gonna misspell this if I don't look it up. Definite. Oh yeah, that should be. There's some words that just like trip me up for no good reason. Definitely. Yeah, that's the. Oh, Kara, are you sure it's 27 dots wide? Because it's normally 26. Yeah, it's still 26 dots wide, and oh, you're right. I guess that would be 20. That would. Yeah, I just did the same thing. I'm confusing dots and boxes. I count by boxes, so it's 26 boxes wide and 38 boxes tall. So that's nice of them to finally make it even. All right, definitely. Maybe I'll bust out a checkbox list. I blame my talk to text. Do I have any checkbox lists? Am I gonna have to just draw my own? Blah, blah. Everyone knows how much I hate now drawing checkboxes. Oh, I found some. All right. So I don't know how many I'm gonna have on here, so I'll wait to actually write those down. But I know that I'm gonna have a year at a glance. I'm having trouble with my internet. I'll have to watch later. Thanks, Kayla. Oh, so sorry about that, Liz. I'm glad that you could join for a little bit, though. And there is no copywritten music in this, so it will definitely be available to watch. All right, year at a glance. Future log. And then I'm going to say like / brain dump. I might make them two separate spreads. We'll see. Once I start sketching it out, that's when I'll be able to see basically how much space I have to do what. But yeah, we'll see about that. Sneaking a watch before work. Hi. I'm so glad that you were able to make it in. I am just planning out the migration into my new journal, which is this navy Scribbles That Matter. So I am just brainstorming all the spreads that I will be including. I would also love to hear if there are maybe any unique or particularly useful spreads that you guys have done to start your journal. I'm talking about anything like habit tracking, tracking cleaning, moods, like, I don't know, whatever. I know that people have a lot of really cool pages and collections at the start of your journal. I am really down to take ideas. I am just trying to mix things up, and I'm trying to do some new things. So if you guys have any ideas, shoot them in the chat right now for my sake, and so that everybody else can kind of get an idea of some good migration spreads. All right, so year at a glance future log, that monthly review spread that I had, I said I really like, so I want something like that. I also really liked my music playlist spread, so I think I'm gonna do something similar. Quotes, that's actually a good idea, because you guys know that I do quotes for basically all of my monthly pages. So having a list of quotes for each month would actually be pretty cool. Let me create another section on this side. And this is going to say possibly. And that's where I'm going to list this is where you can really brain dump any possible spread that you might want to include. And then as you're actually setting up, you can whittle this down to the spreads that, you know, you actually are going to include. But I like to have a spot where I can write down just any ideas, even if I don't think I'm going to end up using it. I'm already misspelling. I was about to write possibility. Possibly. And this is where I'm going to write down some of the ideas that you guys are shooting at me. Oh, yes, you guys are giving me a lot. Okay. Goal setting. Yes, I am going to be doing actually a whole video on like a New Year's bullet journal setup, and that's going to be very focused on goal setting. So I might just wait till I do that and omit that from this setup, because I know that I'm going to be basically doing a whole video about that, but I'm still going to write that down just in case I end up wanting to include that. Let's see. Favorite quotes. It sounds like I might need a full spread like brain dump for all months, and that could include quotes, sticker ideas, video ideas, Patreon ideas, just anything. I just started my books read for the year. That way I can look at it as soon as I open my journal. I just started working on my 2019 journal last night. I definitely need to make it a goal of mine to read more, because I just can't, like, I do have the time. The time is there. It's just I choose to do other things when I would really love to get in some daily reading. I'm slowly but surely making my way through the bullet journal book. I promise that once I'm done with that, I'm going to share my thoughts. It just takes me a little while. I've done a what motivates me page. That's a really cool idea. I always do a movies watched and books read spread in the beginning, so I can look back and see what new movies and books I experienced during that journal time period. That's actually a really good idea. I've always wanted to do a movies watch spread, because I am a huge movie nerd, and so is Jake, and we watch so many movies. But I never remember to write them down, but maybe I could make it a habit. So I'm going to put that on my maybe list. Like, I would love to have a spread where I could then also give it like a little rating, like, you know, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. We can also never remember the last time like we saw a certain movie, because we watch movies so frequently. So we're like, wait, have we seen this recently? I'm like, that might have been like 2 years ago, and it just feels like recently. I'm just reading through your guys' suggestions. I'm going to read through all of them. So if you have any other ideas, just keep like barfing them out in the chat, because I'm going to read through all of these And these are giving me some really good ideas. Jewel said, did you order your journal from the Scribbles That Matter webpage? They actually sent this to me. I have a really lovely connection with the Scribbles That Matter, like Instagram people. So they were kind enough to actually just send me this, but it was available on the Amazon page, when I ordered it, cause that's where I scrolled through and let them know what color I wanted. So it was on the Amazon page, but I don't know if it's still in stock in this color. I know that they do have in stock some other colors. It's the Scribbles That Matter Pro Journal. Oh my God, Planning with Kay book club. Should we do it? Okay, let me write this down on my brain dump spread so I don't forget. That would actually that would like be my excuse to read, because if it was like a legit thing that we had to keep up with. All right, I'm gonna write it down. Maybe for the new year we can start that. Like at the new year we can start a book club. But maybe because most book clubs are like you read a book in a month, right? I guess I could do that. I gotta push myself, guys. I'm gonna write this down on my brain dump so I don't forget. Book club. All right, we might have to make this happen. All right, let me go back up here. I always have a wants and project spread. Wants are mostly fun, decorative things I want. Projects are mostly hobby stuff. That's a really good idea. In a future or in a past journal, I've had like a wish list and a wants page. Something like that would be awesome. Let's see. Oh my God, Catherine, don't even remind me about wedding checklists. I think I'm gonna have to start a whole journal just for wedding planning. Jake and I really need to make our guest list too. We're just like procrastinating. Our wedding is actually, we have a date set. We've already gotten in contact with the venue. So we just have to like fill out the paperwork to get onto the calendar. But assuming nobody swoops in the next couple weeks and chooses that date, we're getting married on October 19th of next year. So that means there's only like 11 months left. Okay. That's actually, I'm gonna put wedding spreads. Because I've been thinking of like starting a whole journal just for wedding prep. Yes, fall weddings. I want a November next year. Yeah, that was the first thing we did, because we already knew where we wanted to get married. So because we already knew that, right after we got engaged, like a week later, we're like, you know what, let's just choose a date right now and let's just stick to that date. Because time just flies, and it's like that. It's like I feel like if you don't move so quickly on deciding things, and all of a sudden it's like a year later and you're like, are we gonna do this? Because a year goes by so fast. Book club. Let's see. I'm still reading through your guys's things. Yeah. So wedding checklist, and then about the book club. Said I would suggest to nominate someone to host it because it would end up with a circle of shy people who won't say a peep. LOL. The art channel I am in, we have 2 hosts and it was super great. I have shows watched, favorite. Okay, so that's about more spreads. Yeah. I am really gonna try and make this book club thing happen, and that's a great idea. I feel like if there's 1 or 2 of you that has a lot of free time on your hands, doesn't mind being vocal in like Facebook groups, and loves to read, you would be a great choice for a host. I feel like I wouldn't be the best host since I'm not a natural reader. I need like one of you who's like a reader already to motivate us, to push us. We'll figure that out. All right, I have shows watched, favorite Etsy shops, favorite websites, a page for subscriptions I acquire in the year, a 2019 bucket list, and tease time for work. I'll catch the rest on my break. Have a great rest of your work day. Okay, I like some of your ideas though. I'm gonna write some down. Like the page for subscriptions I acquire in the year, that makes me feel like it would be cool to have a page for all my bills, because I copy all my bills on my finance spreads every month, but to like figure out the dates and whatnot, I always have to go online and like double check the dates. It'd be cool to have a bills spread in the beginning of my journal that maybe has like the bill, and then for each month, like a spot for each month to write down what date it's due that month. Because you know how some bills, they're like due on different dates every month because of weekends and such? Something like that would be cool. I'm going to write that down on my possibly list. And then bucket list, I'm definitely going to include in my New Year's bullet journal setup video. So I'm going to save that. All right, and that's the end of the chat. We've been engaged for almost a year, and everyone's like, do you have a date? I'm like, yes, fall weddings. I want November next year. Yeah, we originally sort of wanted a spring wedding, but that would mean that we would have to get married like almost 2 years later, because we would miss, like, the next spring is way too close. That's only like 6 months away. So that's how we decided on a fall wedding instead. All right. So we got some definitelys. We got some possiblies. Oh, definitely. I also wanted to do social trackers to track my social media. Let's see. Do we have any other ideas here? Like, let me look back through here, look at all the spreads I have, really try to think about like what I need my journal to do for me. I just really want it to be super functional. And I've been considering moving like some of my habit tracking to one of my bigger spreads, like when I did my video on 5 types of habit trackers. Is that in here or is that in my older journal? That might be in my previous journal, but in that, yeah, I think that's in my previous one. In that video, if you guys remember, I had one of my habit trackers that was like a Calendex habit tracker that spanned over multiple months. And I really like the idea of that, but I'm not sure how well it would work for me because, like I said, I don't tend to flip back to the beginning of my journal a lot. Like, I tend to hover around my monthly pages. So I'm wondering if just keeping all of my habit tracking in my monthly spreads would be better. But it's worth trying out because it might be the best thing ever to have not my whole habit tracker, but maybe just some of my key habits, have them in more of a Calendex style. So that way I don't have to like keep like writing those out every month. Maybe. I'll do it under possibly, and I'm going to write recurring habits. Because I could even just do it for cleaning, maybe, like to track all of my like household errands and chores and such. Haley said, spring weddings I do not recommend. I had one and we got seriously rained out, thunderstorms and everything in the Vermont mountains. It was supposed to be outdoors and everyone was soggy. Oh no. Luckily, I don't really have to worry about that because my wedding's going to be in California, so it's just hot-ass summer all year long. All right, recurring habits. Oh, I just thought about something else. Don't let it slip. What was it? I was just thinking about it. Oh, I really like the spreads that are like the last time I ... And it's where you can record things that you only get done like once every few months or once every month, or like things that are done less often, things like haircuts, you know, the last time I deep cleaned the house, the last time I don't know, went to, you know, went to the dentist, these things that kind of like only happen every so often, but it's important that you sort of remember like when the last time you did it. I feel like that would be a possibly good idea. The last time I ... All right. I'm going to put some checkbox lists now because I feel like, I mean, we got a lot of ideas here. I'm obviously not going to set up like 20 spreads. So I'm going to have to whittle this stuff down. And this, I'm probably going to be migrating for next week's video. This Friday, I'm going to be posting the video about how I make my stickers. So that's going to be exciting because that is my #1 most requested video of all time, by far. So that's going to be going up this Friday. So I might post a migration video the following Friday. We'll see. Are there any stickers that you guys feel like are missing from my shop as far as like sort of basic functionals? Besides, I'm still going to be coming out with sheets of like to-do list headers or like, you know, things like tasks to do, sort of like those basic like planner headers. I know I'm sort of missing those from the shop, but I'm trying to think like as far as migrating into a new journal, if there's any sticker ideas you guys have for that of things that like everybody needs, you know, if you're like, what do you need when you're migrating into a new journal? Yeah, if you can think of anything, let me know, because if there's any new stickers that, you know, I feel like would go well with a migration video, I'll definitely make those. Just let me know if there's anything in particular you guys have been sort of waiting for and wanting. I'm hoping that the speaker on my phone can't hear the music Jake is playing downstairs. Because I really don't want this video to get blocked again. It was so funny too, because normally it's just like certain bands that like fully block their songs. But most bands just make it so like you can't monetize their songs. But last time I was playing Death Cab for Cutie, and wait, Kara said there were only 8 items in your shop all week. I think you might be confused because the link I posted for the holiday stickers, it went straight to the holiday section of the shop, which is 8 listings. If you go to like my full shop, if you just go to etsy.com/shop/planningwithKay shop, everything's there. I think you might have just been following the link that went straight to the holiday section. But yeah, I was playing Death Cab for Cutie, and like all the Death Cab for Cutie songs were okay, except for I'll Follow You Into the Dark was blocked. Like that was the only one. So that was the Troublemaker song. All right. So now what else do I want to brainstorm? Like a spot for some notes would be good. And a spot for stickers. I'll do a spot for sticker ideas. Heather said, at a glance sticker. Let's see here. Are you saying medless stickers? Okay, I'll just write down all the suggestions. No promises that I'm actually going to be doing any sticker release for this. It's more just like if it makes sense. It is always nice to release stickers with the video, obviously sales wise. But you know, I don't want to just be releasing like useless stickers that are just to make a buck. You know, I like to use my stickers, so I like for them to actually be useful. Alright, so let's just... Oh, medless spread. I don't really take any medications, so for me, that would not be very useful. Like I could release a sheet of maybe migration headers. So it could be headers like year at a glance, future log, you know, some other common like sort of migration spreads. That wouldn't be too shabby an idea, possibly. Migration headers. And then notes. I wanted to make a note about that brain dump spread. Full spread. Brain dump. Stickers. Videos. Quotes. Etc. That would be good. Migration headers. Cool. So maybe I'll do something like that. Can you guys see how cute Luna's being right now? Passed out little kitty. Look at those little kitty lips. Little kitty teeth. See how dead she is right now? If I pick up her leg, I'll probably just... Yep. She's dead, guys. She is totally dead. Yeah, she, like, I don't force her to lie here. She just likes the spot. All right. So, let's see. How long have we been streaming? About an hour, and my stomach is grumbling. So I might cut this off here. I know that this wasn't the most exciting live stream in terms of spread creation, but this was really useful for me, guys, just for brainstorming this. I'm going to be continuing to plan out my migration, and, you know, I'm going to be going into, like, lightly pencil sketching these spreads into my notebook, seeing what sort of format I want to go for these, and I'll keep you guys updated on Patreon. Was waiting to make food after the stream too. Yeah, I think Jake made some chili last night that was meant for today, so that is gonna be so good. Jake makes the best vegetarian chili ever, in the crock pot. Oh, I'm really excited. So I think I can smell him preparing that for me already. Yeah, but I'll keep you guys updated on my plan for the migration and for... Oh, is she dreaming? Are you dreaming? I'm going to move the camera to Luna because she's more interesting right now. Yeah, so I'm excited to migrate. It's, you know, I wish that I could have stayed in my journal through December because I would have been... Oh, can you see how she's twitching? She's so cute. Because that would have been really nice to migrate for the new year, but close enough, just a year off or a month off. So I'm excited to migrate into my new Scribbles that matter and say goodbye to this fat, chunky boy that has served me well since July. And yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for all of your spread ideas and all of your opinions on my migration. It helps so much to get ideas from you guys because, you know, it's easy to just do the same thing over and over again if you're not getting any inspiration from outside sources. So yeah, thank you guys so much for all of your ideas. I'm excited to decide what spreads I'm going to be doing in my migration and what spreads I'm going to be, you know, maybe not this time. And I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day. And, oh yeah, I'm going to be probably releasing the 2 monthly kits for this month in the next few days. One is going to be a, like, snow day theme, basically. So it's going to be snowflakes and, like, sweater weather. And the other one is, oh, sorry, baby. Oh, did your eyes just roll back in your head? Did I tickle your ear? Yeah, and the other one is going to be Christmas themed. So I hope you guys are excited for those, and those should be out soon. And then the Patreon rewards will be shipping. So that's everything that's coming up. Again, thank you guys so much for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Luna also says bye in her dreams. She's a very sleepy cat. Oh, I love her, guys. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.